In the early 17th century, the young Dutch Republic was experiencing its golden age. Trade flourished, money was flowing, but the true wealth wasn't found in spices or silks. It was found in a flower. A single bulb of the Semper Augustus's variety suddenly became worth more than an entire Amsterdam townhouse. How could a simple ornamental plant become a speculative commodity that drove an entire nation to ruin? The story of the Tulip Mania is not a story of botany. It is the story of greed and fear. It shows how quickly logic fails when the crowd begins to move. And it provides the blueprint for every financial crisis the world has seen since. To understand the madness, we must first understand the moment. The Dutch were pioneers of capitalism, but in the 1,630 seconds, they had a new speculative market, the tulip. The exotic colors, caused by a virus, made the tulip a supreme status symbol. But status wasn't enough to drive prices to astronomical levels. What drove it was the crowd. Herd behavior is the simple yet fatal logic of the crowd. If everyone else is doing it, it must be right. As the first few buyers made staggering profits, the non-buyers felt an intense pressure, the fear of missing out, or FOMO. This wasn't about the intrinsic value of the flower. It was about the social proof that everyone was getting rich, except you. People started selling off their actual assets, their land, their businesses, to join the rapidly growing tulip market. The herd was running, and nobody wanted to be left behind. By 1636, the prices were not just high, they were nonsensical. A single bulb was now exchanging hands faster than a piece of gold, often without the bulb even being physically traded. Contracts were being sold in taverns for sums equivalent to hundreds of years of skilled wages. At this stage, everyone knew the price was insane, but that didn't matter. They were operating on a different premise. The greater fool theory dictates that you buy an overpriced asset, knowing it's overpriced because you are convinced there will be an even greater fool willing to pay you more tomorrow. This is the mindset of pure speculation, decoupled from reality. The entire market became a game of hot potato. People weren't investing. They were gambling on a never-ending line of increasingly foolish buyers. The Tulip Mania lasted barely 3 years, but its lesson is eternal. The flower was irrelevant. What mattered was the human mind. When we substitute rational valuation for the intoxicating cocktail of herd behavior and the greater fool theory, the result is always the same: a swift, brutal return to reality. From the South Sea bubble of 1720 to the dot-com boom of the 1990 seconds, the same psychological patterns repeat themselves with frightening accuracy. Money may be the medium, but human error is always the engine.